Tuesday, January 20th, 2009. What's up, everybody? As you can tell, I'm outside at my house. You can't really see my backyard. I wish I could show that to you. My wife is home. It's about 8:30. Finley is out. She didn't nap today. She's been asleep for a long time. And Kristen is laying with Jonah in bed. I think they've really missed each other for the past couple of days. So I'm sure Jonah will be out very soon. Had some good Todd vlogs lately. I think they've been good. One interesting thing I'm going to try to start doing is posting them on my blog over in one of the sidebars at brandontoddwright.blogspot.com. I have this sort of column format, and so right over here you can see the Todd vlogs. And hopefully I'm going to try to keep those current. I'm real interested in seeing if I can drive folks to the actual blog site, if I can find enough things to keep people actually going to the site. And to be honest, I don't really have a way of finding out if that's happening. I'm not real sure because I don't really use Site Reader or anything like that, or Site Tracker, I should say. Site Reader sounds like something musical. But I am trying to do more things on the blog, so that's going to be a neat way to do that. The only problem is that every once in a while I'll shoot a Todd vlog that's a little more unique. It's not one of these daily recap deals, and so on those I'll sort of post them as a blog themselves. So that's going to be interesting because I don't want that to get out of sequence. It's also interesting because I have YouTube subscribers who see these as soon as they come online. So we'll see what that does. We'll see if that makes any difference whatsoever. Today was a real good day just to be home. Jonah was back at school after a 4-day weekend. Finley did school from 9 to 1. I cleaned up the house a little bit as best I could. Didn't do any ministry work. I actually had a rehearsal scheduled for tonight because I was supposed to lead worship tomorrow night, Wednesday night, at the Gathering, which is the Bethel Youth Service. Mark Kirkendall, youth pastor, is gone. He's on a mission trip to Africa. And so actually I was going to lead worship and preach. And so I had a rehearsal set for 6 o'clock tonight because we were going to do some songs that were new. And I was using a new combination of players. And so Dave Smith, who is new to Bethel, is not on my team, but is a guitar player and a worship leader who's actually going to hold down electric for me tomorrow night, actually offered just to do an acoustic set. So I'm still going to go preach. Other stuff to talk about, we had our second Immerse service last night. It was very, very good. I thought it was very cool. Crowd was about the same. Band setup was almost the same, other than instead of Romac, I had Jason Scott. Jason's a drummer at Bethel, and he did really good. I don't feel like the songs worked as well, and so I'm not sure what that was. That may be me. I may have just picked bad songs. Not that it didn't go bad. I don't want it to sound like that. We did Your Grace Is Enough, which was great. Interesting thing about that on that song, I had Andrew, because we don't have a second guitar player, I had Andrew, our keyboardist, actually play the whole intro of that song on piano, and it worked really well. I was very surprised. You worship leaders out there, if you do Your Grace Is Enough, it sounds really great with the piano taking that guitar riff thing. So that one went okay. We did Charlie Hall's All We Need. I thought that one would be more known. I don't think anybody knew it. So that is what it is. The band missed the bridge. All We Need, the live Passion version, and the studio version may do it too, but it comes out of really chorus 2, but it's actually chorus 3 because you do 2 of them back to back. Segues right into an A minor, E minor bridge, and the band missed that. I think Andrew missed it, and I think Paul missed it, but it was okay because it worked, because it sounded like a breakdown. So that didn't really hurt us. I just don't feel like the song connected real well. From there, I talked a little bit and talked about reverence and encouraged. My thought is, what I told students at Immerse was, my prayer for Immerse, whether I'm there the rest of the semester or if I'm almost done, is that the people of Immerse would be a people who approach worship reverently. because something like Immerse, we tell kids all the time they need to be plugged in local church, and we have to, because that's the reality. I mean, they do need to be plugged into a local church, and we'd be fools to not encourage them in that way. So in saying that, realizing that many of them are in many different types of churches. Maybe it's Wednesday night, or they're going to be in their home church Sunday morning, or Bible study on Thursday night, or whatever. And so what we talked about was actually our prayer being that Immerse would be a place of reverence, but also that our time together, and I don't know if this was communicated as well as I wanted it to be, but that our time together would be sort of reverence practice for us, that we would work at being reverent before the Lord, and then take that with us in the various worship places that we would go. So from there I went into I'm Glad, which went really well. I was really excited about that. I actually had them sit down as I was talking, because I knew I was going to be talking a little while. And I was going to offer some sort of encouragement as I was talking, say, hey, when we sing again, if you guys want to stand up, I'd encourage you to do that. But I didn't. I forgot. I went right into I'm Glad. I hope I'm saying the right song. I'm Glad. That's what we did. Song 3 was I'm Glad. But I forgot to do it. So we started I'm Glad, and I'm thinking, oh, man, I'm a stander. I like to stand and worship. It's just a personal preference of mine. But I thought, oh no, I've set them down. We still have 2 more songs to go. So I did I'm Glad, and that went well. And then when we went into Mighty to Save, the intro to Mighty to Save did not go as planned. I think the band thought I was going to take a more laid-back intro, and I wanted them to kind of come in with a more full thing. And we had talked about both of those, and I just didn't give good cues. That's on me. But anyway, Mighty to Save kicked off, and they knew it, and they sang it very well. And many of them stood up, which was fun. I thought that was really pretty cool. That song really worked well, but with a small combo like that, because it can't get huge, I don't know. In retrospect, my thought was I probably should have let the vocals be the dynamic. In other words, not worry about this band needs to get bigger, but to actually let the congregational singing carry the energy of the song. So to some extent, the band actually playing less, doing very small things. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. But anyway, that's kind of my thoughts on Immerse. But it's going good. I'm excited. We'll see what the future holds. Next week is technically my last week to do it, so I'm not sure if the Immerse guys want to keep that up. If they do, I'll have to pray about that, talk to Kristen about it. I probably will continue to do it. If I was just guessing without really thinking it through right now, I'd probably say, yeah, we'll do that. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully I didn't take too much of your time. If you're watching this on YouTube, that means you're a subscriber. Thank you. If you're watching this on the blog, thanks for coming to the site instead of just doing the Google Reader thing. Not that Google Reader's bad. I like Google Reader. Also, I'm very proud that Twitter has taken off. And I know I'm not the first guy. Well, I wasn't the first guy to talk about Twitter, but I think I may have been one of the first guys in East Texas to do it. And people made fun of me. But now everybody's on Twitter. So, anyway, thanks, guys. Later.